So, you want to know if XDefiant's going to make it to long haul. Is it destined to be another pile of flaming garbage on an ever-growing mountain of forgettable shooters? Well, gather round, you coddled snowflakes, because Uncle Scotty's here to give it to you straight. Now, I've seen some right mourners online. Rank's a mess. Netcode's a joke. All acts everywhere. Blimey, you'd think they were wading through a swamp of pixelated sewage, not playing a free-to-play game. Let me tell you something, sunshine and rainbows. Every game's a bit rough around edges at launch, especially these free-to-play deals. You get what you pay for. Right now, you're paying no. But here's the thing, these whingers, they wouldn't know a good game if it bit them in backside. They're all style over substance. I like real chasers with about as much attention span as a goldfish on a sugar rush. Now, I'm not saying XDefiant's a flawless masterpiece. Hell, no game is. But there's potential there, buried beneath the surface like a prize pig under a pile of muck. And that's what we're going to be digging up today. Right, let's get down to brass tacks. The first protocol, this right here. This fella here, Rizorugu, got classic case of entitlement blues. Not properly tested on every single aspect, he says. Well, bollocks to that. You can't test every single facet of a game. Especially a multiplayer shooter like XDefiant. There's gonna be bugs, there's gonna be glitches. There's gonna be some no special players who'll exploit them for every cheap kill they can get. Is it ideal? Of course not, but here's reality. If they waited to iron out every single crease, we'd all be sat here with thumbs up our backsides till next millennium. Games are living things. They evolve, they patch. You gotta get out there, see how the community reacts and iterate based on that. Look, if XDefiant were a full-price AAA title with a campaign shorter than a toddler's attention span, then yeah, Rizorugu might have a point, but it's not. It's free to play. Free. And guess what else is free? Ability to not play if it's not up to your standards. So do yourselves a favour, you're going to jump into a game, expect some bumps on the road. It's part of the process. And if you can't handle that, well, there's plenty of other games out there. Though judging by some of the tripe I've seen online, I wouldn't hold your breath for a flawless experience in any of them. Right, next on the agenda is these netcode complaints. You know what ones, lag everywhere, hit reg is a joke, this game's unplayable. Now listen up you lot, netcode in games is always going to be a bit of a gamble. Servers ain't exactly running on sunshine and rainbows, are they? They're under strain, they're going to get hammered by players from all over the world, and sometimes things get a bit, well, pants on head dodgy. But here's the thing Netcode Whiners don't understand. Fixing netcode ain't exactly a walk in park. It's a delicate dance, a constant battle between physics, latency, and making sure everyone has a half-decent chance of getting a bloody frag in. And let's not forget crybabies with ping of a slot on Valium, blaming game because their internet connection is about as reliable as a chocolate teapot in Sahara. Of course, netcode feels pants if you're playing with signal strength of baked potato. If you're experiencing lag that's turning every match into a slideshow, then fair enough, that's a problem. But more often than not, these netcode ninjas are just looking for an excuse because they're getting stomped by players who are actually decent. Now, I'm not saying netcode's perfect. Of course it's not. But devs are aware of it, they're working on it, and guess what? They're doing the best to iron out wrinkles, making sure experience is best it can be. So next time you want to launch into a netcode tirade, take a deep breath. Consider it might be your end. And for the love of all that's holy, stop comparing it to every shooter under the sun. XDefiant's its own beast, and it's to be judged on its own merits. Right, now for scaremongering soup spoons. This right here, this kind of defeatist drivel I'm talking about. Casual base will leave, not beginner friendly. Constant influx of new players, they'll drop it fairly quick. Blimey, you'd think XDefiant was some elitist nightmare designed to weed out weak. Here's the thing. Casual players are bread and butter of any multiplayer game. The folks who keep servers humming, loot flowing, matches filled. Without them, you've got a ghost town on your hands. Now, will some casual gamers get discouraged? Of course they will. Not every shooter is for everyone. But to say all casual base is gonna up and vanish, that's a crock of... well, you get picture. And guess what? New players coming in and getting bodied? That's how we all learn. We all get stomped at the beginning. It's part of the process. Except these days, everyone seems to think they deserve a participation trophy just for showing up. Look, if XDefiant wants to thrive in the long run, it needs to cater to all sorts of players. Casuals, hardcore, lot. But suggest it's going to become some sweaty cesspool devoid of fun for anyone who doesn't know scope like a pro, that's just nonsense. So to all you who think casual players are enemy, they're not. That lifeblood at game, and if XDefiant can find a way to keep them engaged, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Right, you magnificent gurning goblins. This next topic, ever-present chorus of anti-cheat sucks. Well, let's get this out of the way. No anti-cheat system is perfect. Every single one of them can be gotten around by some right clever clogs with more time on their hands than sense. This right here, this fella having a go at supposed semi-competent anti-cheat. Now, is an anti-cheat system likely to be tip-top? Absolutely not. They're there to gather data, to learn how cheats work, so they can plug holes later down the line. And here's the thing most that whingers forget. Decent anti-cheat system is like a secret recipe. You can't exactly announce all your ingredients, can you? Otherwise, sneaky sausage rolls stop being sneaky. Devs need to keep some things under wraps. So is anti-cheat in XDefiant going to be perfect? Of course not. But if there's something in place, gathering data, and demonstratively trying to tackle the issue, then that's better than sitting on the backsides and hoping cheat gods take pity. Look, if you're running into warlocks here, aimbot there, then report blighters and move on. Getting all hot and bothered about it on internet ain't gonna solve no. And devs are aware it's a problem and working on it. Alright, you magnificent gits. Gather around closer, cause Uncle Scotty's got something to get off his chest. Have you seen the state of some of these forums lately? It's like a herd of rabid weasels have been let loose in comment section full of free cheese. Not only is everyone having a go at XDefiant, but also Edman himself, Mark Rubin. Now look, I'll admit, game ain't perfect, but here's the thing. His developers are working their asses off, and they're actually talking to the community. Mark Rubin's out there on Twitter patching bugs and trying to keep you lot happy. And what do? Hurl abuse at him like a toddler chucking tantrums in the supermarket aisle. Honestly, it's enough to make a grown man want to take up competitive tiddlywinks. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to set some of you straight. We're going to talk about defending a game you like, and why communicating is actually a good thing, even if it comes from Mark Rubin. See, defending a game you enjoy is not a crime against humanity. You're not like something. Like to find personally kick your nan in chins? Alright, might not be perfect. But is any game these days? You spend your days frothing at mouth because the game isn't exactly what you wanted. Well, that's a sad state of affairs, mate. Here's the thing. These developers work hard. They put the blood, sweat and tears into creating these things. And they deserve a bit of respect. Even from grumpy old gits like me. If you see something you don't like, offer some constructive criticism. Don't just brainlessly spout negativity like a leaky drainpipe. Now, before some of you start piping up about corporate shills and like, let me tell you something. I don't care about Ubisoft's stock prices, right? I care about getting a decent game to play. And if that means giving devs a chance to fix things, then so be it. Look, if XDefiant really is terrible, then we can all have a good moan about it then. But for now, let's give him a chance. And if you can't do that, well, that's your prerogative. But don't come crying to me when they stop listening to the community altogether. Right, on to real head scratcher here. Some of you gave Mark Rubin a hard time for actually communicating with community. Now, have I stumbled into some bizarre alternate reality? Is this some kind of fever dream? Here's the thing, folks. Communication is a good thing. Remember back in good old days when developers wouldn't say a peep about the games? We were left in dark, fiddling with buggy messes and wondering what heck was going on. Now, Mark Rubin might not be winning any awards for the most exciting Twitter feed, but at least he's out there. He's patching bugs, he's explaining the decisions, and he's trying to keep us informed. Isn't that what we've all been begging for years? I'm not saying he's perfect. Maybe his idea of a quick patch involves a trip to the pub and a pint. But hey, at least he's acknowledged there's a problem, right? So let's give bloke a break. He's not some evil overlord trying to control your every move. He's just trying to do his job. And if you can't appreciate that, well, then maybe you should just stick to playing Pong and leave grown-up stuff to the rest of us. Now, let's talk about something a bit more optimistic. Because you know what? Positivity is a powerful thing, even in crazy world of online gaming. Here's the deal. Spend all your time focusing on negative. You're going to miss out on all fun. XDefiant might not be perfect, but there's still a good game in there somewhere, waiting to be discovered. So why not give it a chance? Jump in, play a game, work with your team, and see if you can't have a laugh along the way. Who knows, you might even surprise yourself and actually enjoy it. And hey, if you do find something you like, shout about it. Let developers know they're doing something right. Positive reinforcement, that's key. It's like training a particularly stubborn pug. Alright, bad analogy, I'll admit. But you get point. A little positivity goes a long way. Now then, smash that like button, hit subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts and gaming stories. Might just feature them on channel, and I'll see you next time, you magnificent